Welcome back, guys. So today I'm going to share with you some awesome inside information and images from CES Las Vegas concerning the Retrobit booth. So I've been doing a lot of videos on Retrobit lately, and I really think they've been killing it with a lot of their products. I've really been enjoying them. I'm unbiased when it comes to any of these companies. I just dig checking them all out. But man, Retrobit, with all these special deals they've been doing, the deal with Sega, the deals for the multi-carts with Data East, Jalico, and Irem, and you know, all that wonderful stuff. The Super Retrocade's been pretty sweet. I'm just so excited to see all this new stuff that they're putting out. So to start, just looking at these first two images, you know, they have some bar tops and cabinets set up, but those were meant to just showcase the Super Retrocade. But man, I think it would be awesome if they offered like a kit or something that you can convert, or even a full-on like built one. You know, I don't know what the price would be on these, but I'm sure Retrobit could do it. It would be really awesome to get something like that from them. So man, I'm gonna be pestering them like, come on guys, I've seen these bar tops and cabinets that you use to display and showcase your Super Retrocade. I want one, man. I want one. So those were just for display, obviously, but I really think they're pretty neat. So moving forward, they did have a lot of awesome stuff to showcase. A lot of the stuff with their new deal with Sega, but you know, a lot of other little things as well that I think are awesome. So to start, they have these little Go Retro portables that seem pretty awesome. Like, you know, it looks like it's going to be similar deals to what they were doing with the Super Retrocade, but with a heck of a lot more games. So this, just looking at the covers to the boxes, you know, you got Mega Man, a bunch of Capcom stuff on there, and some Data East images. So I can't wait to check that out. That looks really awesome. I can't really tell, but it looks like it says it's going to have 300 games on there. Man, what, 300 games? Like that's going to be intense. So can't wait to see when that comes out, and you know, it's something I'll definitely be grabbing. Moving forward into the Sega stuff. Oh my God, I cannot wait. Seriously, cannot wait to get my hands on these new controllers they're putting out. From my understanding, these controllers, okay, to backtrack a little bit, they're doing controllers for the Dreamcast, the Sega Saturn, and the Sega Genesis. Now, from my understanding with these controllers, they're all like OEM, like they're all like original mold type stuff, like designed exactly from, you know, how they were originally made. So they should have that look and feel of an original controller from these systems. But what it seems like they're doing here is making these controllers so that they're highly compatible with tons of things. So from what I'm gathering here is that they'll have multiple versions of each of these controllers. So for example, in this image here, you see a Sega Saturn controller. Man, I love the Sega Saturn controller. But it's gonna be in two different configurations. A USB version that, hey, we're gonna be able to use on the PC, you know, RetroPie, all that kind of wonderful stuff. That's gonna be awesome. But also they're gonna be doing Bluetooth configurations for these controllers. And the neat thing with that is obviously Bluetooth, you're using that for everything. Like this box says Steam, PC, Mac, Android, iOS, and Sega Saturn. So how are you going to use this on Sega Saturn if Sega Saturn doesn't support Bluetooth? Well, that's where the Bluetooth receivers come in, which I think is flippin' awesome. You know, I don't know if they're going to be doing like bundle deals where they do a controller with the receiver, or if you're going to buy them separately. I guess it would make more sense to sell them separately, because not everybody who's going to be interested in these are just going to buy them for Sega Saturns. So it would make more sense if the way this configuration is sitting here, where you know, there's a box for the receiver. I think it makes sense that you're going to have to pick everything up separately, and I think I'm fine with that as long as the prices aren't crazy. And typically with Retrobit, their prices are fairly reasonable from everything I've ever looked at and bought from them. So I'm definitely excited to see this. But yeah, those they're not retro receivers. That's 8-bit though. They're Bluetooth receivers. You know, they have that port for the original system, so now you can sync these controllers to your Sega Saturn, your Sega Genesis, your your Dreamcast. They're doing those configurations for each system, a Bluetooth control pad and a USB control pad. So I think that's pretty awesome. And then next up, we do have the Sega Genesis controller. Man, it's really difficult, to be honest. I've had a real difficult time finding good Sega Genesis controllers. I had a Sega Genesis for a little while, and I wound up getting rid of it. I have some Hyperkin Sega Genesis controllers, and they're okay. But to have these officially licensed Sega controllers that have, everything down to the T, like the way they were originally designed, I really can't wait. So it's same thing with this Bluetooth arcade pad, the 6-button layout, so that's awesome. And then you're going to have your Bluetooth receiver for it. So I definitely can't wait for that, especially with their newer system coming out, the Retrobit Retro Trio Plus HD, I think is the full name for it. I might have missed something there, so sorry about that. But they have their new HD system coming out that I'm looking forward to doing a review and unboxing and all that wonderful stuff. But it's going to support Super Nintendo, NES, and Sega Genesis HDMI. I think that's flippin' sweet. And the controllers they're going to be including in it with that system, they're multi-purpose. They seem awesome. But you also have ports for the systems that are included in there, so you can use your original controllers. So I'm pretty darn positive. I mean, it only makes sense if it uses the original ports, you're going to be able to use these receivers as well. So I can't wait to get a set of these Sega Genesis ones, just like I'm going to get the Sega Saturn ones and the Dreamcast ones as well. But I can't wait because it's going to be multi-purpose. Here's another image of the Go Retro. I think that thing looks really sweet, man. I know the controllers were like the biggest thing I couldn't wait to check out. And, they're aiming, I believe, like mid-year, summertime, maybe a little sooner. Who knows? As you see, I do have this little scroll going by on the bottom of the screen. Keep up to date on, information as far as these Retrobit products and the release dates go. Jump on the Castlemaniagames.com. Pretty awesome website. I cannot recommend them enough. They run an awesome, business. They sell a lot of awesome stuff, newer stuff, retro stuff. They kind of cater to everything. And he also does have an eBay shop that they put stuff up on from occasion. But typically I go through Castlemaniagames.com and, get a few little things here and there that I need at very good prices too. And everything ships for free if you're buying stuff over $20. And most of the time, I mean, when you're placing an order for gaming stuff, you're usually spending more than $20, you know what I mean? But definitely, he has tons of products that are less than $20, but you know what I'm saying. We typically overindulge when we're going at it with our retro gaming stuff. But like I said, check out Castlemaniagames.com. I can't promote them enough. I'm not paid or anything to do so. I just think they offer an awesome service, great prices, quick shipping, and just too legit to quit. Seriously. So peep them out to keep up to date on these release dates and pricing on these items. So moving forward, I already done a quick little video on these just recently, and man, I cannot wait for this. Holy Diver, for the first time being released on cartridge in the US. That is going to be flippin' sweet. So I know Castlemania Games is going to be having a limited run of these with a special color option for the cartridge. And those go up for pre-sale on the website, I believe, on the 19th. So just, 10 days away from me recording this. Man, you better believe it. I'm going to be on there because there's only going to be for the special, the Castlemania Games limited edition version. There's only going to be 1,000 of each of the new cartridges that are going to come out. But there's going to be, there's going to be the special ones as well that are in the other configuration as far as color goes. So they're going to be the same thing essentially, just the early versions that are exclusive to the Castlemania Games are going to be in a different color. And I think that's pretty neat. But as you see here, Holy Diver, the collector's edition comes in a nice box, little collector box, and then the game actually comes in another box. It appears you get the fig pin, little collectible pin, instruction manual, everything. I can't wait to get that. That's the one I'm really excited for. And then they also do have the R-Type Returns box set. And for sure, I'm grabbing that one too, no doubt. But I think I'm a little more excited for Holy Diver. But seriously, I'm getting both of them. There's no denying it. I'm going to be pretty broke when these go up for pre-order. But same thing, you get the fig pin, a bunch of little collectibles and stuff like that. Comes in a nice collector's box, and a little certificate of authenticity, I believe it says, telling you, it's a limited edition type thing. So I think that's pretty sweet. Can't wait for that. And then this kind of like this blew me out right here. I didn't anticipate seeing this. So this is the system I was talking about earlier, the Super Retro Trio Plus, with the HD NES, Super Nintendo, and Sega Genesis all built in. You got original ports, all that wonderful stuff. I did not see that. I got to get more information on this because this looks flippin' sweet. Like, this is going to have the system plus the Joe and Mac Ultimate Caveman Collection. And from the looks of it, as I see there, it's in like an ice blue clear cartridge. Dude, I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff. I dug the cartridges that they put out, but this looks pretty sweet. I'm really curious on this this little setup, if this is going to be like a limited edition or something. I'm not 100%, but this does look flippin' awesome. To get the Super Retro Trio Plus HD with Joe and Mac, and I think out of the cartridges that they put out just recently, they're all pretty awesome, don't get me wrong. But I really think the Joe and Mac collection is the one that people really wanted over the rest of them. Even though I have been playing quite a bit on the other cartridges, but I keep going back to Joe and Mac, and I just really enjoy them. So definitely can't wait to hear more information about this configuration of this setup. That's looking pretty sweet. I wish more companies would do that, but Retrobit's really the only one as of late that does like these clone consoles that have these special deals with these companies to make cartridges. So hey, might as well take advantage, put some special limited edition bundles out there. I think that's pretty cool. I mean, dude, I already have that cartridge, but shoot, I kind of want that ice blue one. That one looks pretty sweet. So that was pretty much it. Little insider, not videos, but images that I got. Awesome stuff. Really wish I was to be able to be out there and really get some firsthand looks and hands-on looks and just everything with all this stuff, because it looks really awesome what they're doing. There's a lot of companies out there showcasing a lot of awesome products, but Retrobit was the one I was really excited for just because of all these recent announcements they've made. Definitely can't wait. Like I said before we go, check out CastlemaniaGames.com to keep up to date on all the information on these products and more. They don't just, Castlemania just doesn't sell Retrobit. He sells, plenty of other companies as well, but make sure you peep them out if you want to get more information on this. Typically, Castlemania Games, from my experience, gets Retrobit products early. So that's why I've been going through them quite a bit, because I know when something new and awesome comes out, if I go through Castlemania Games, I'm going to get it before anybody else typically. I've canceled Amazon pre-orders because I got my order from Castlemania Games first. That's just flipping amazing. So peep them out for sure. Smash that like button if you could. Really would appreciate that. It means the world to me. Subscribe if you have not done so already. And with that said, guys, I will catch y'all next time. Boom. Peace out.